Good evening. Hey, atmosphere, the chef. What's going on with you? Good evening, though. Y'all know I don't do this late night thing on my own. Well, not on my own, but I don't do my lives at night, but sometimes you just got to get this thing off your chest. And this is something that we have to deal with, right? The truth. Most people think that, you know, they go by that religious aspect, that religious scripture that says that you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free or shall make you free. Well, the reason why I'm putting there's a duality to it, right? Because you have to be strong enough to allow that truth to break the bondage off of you. You have to be strong enough to really understand that the truth can help you to make you a newer version of yourself, can build you up to be, a higher person, to elevate you to a plateau that you once have never been before, right? On the flip side, on the duality side, there's a good thing about the truth and there's a bad thing about the truth. Sometimes the truth can hold you into bondage even more. Sometimes it can hold you into sinking sand. Why? Because you are not strong enough to withstand what the truth really means. Sometimes we don't have the withal to understand why it is important to allow the truth to elevate you to the place that you need to be. What do I mean? We see that, shout out to Shakira, History News, right? She came, she does what she do, right? She brings up the past of things. And now sometimes when she pulls up the past, it affects present day situation, as those two young men that were uh they was hung on a tree, right? They gonna want you to believe that they did that themselves, but they ain't had it. We understand, most of us with common sense will understand that they ain't do that all on their own. But here's the truth. The truth is that common sense ain't common to us anymore. We have allowed the sense of understanding to be withdrawn from us each and every time. Yeah, two, right? And because of that, we can't just sit there and elaborate and to just say, well, we understand that they had assistance in doing so. Not even to say assistance because they didn't want to do that to themselves in the first place, but because the truth of the matter is we still have people going through situations. We still have people wanting to believe that some things are all dead and buried, and they're not, right? If you go into a personal aspect of a thing, right? Have you ever loved somebody and they know that you love them, but the truth of the matter is they don't know how to love themselves? And what do? They push away from that authentic love because the truth is they never experienced love before in their life. So if a woman tells you that she loves you and she dedicates herself to you and you see yourself pushing away, you know the truth. The truth is that you ain't able to, you don't know what that is. It's so foreign to you that you don't want that foreign substance in your life. But you have taken all other foreign entities into your life, right? You accept the fact that people can hate you and you build with that. You can accept the fact that people want to harm you and you can accept that. But as soon as somebody wants to love you, the truth is you don't want that because you are afraid of the commitment of reciprocating what is given back to you, and that's a terrible aspect that a lot of us have gone through, and it just don't make any sense, right? When you have that type of atmosphere, no pun intended to the chef, when you have that type of situation around you, you should be willing to embrace it, right? But the truth of the matter is, you just don't know what it is because you haven't been around it before in your life. It's just like when you come on this This app right here, there's so many people that have so many of the same ideas that they can come together and make it a peaceful surrounding for other people. But the truth of the matter is, they feel like they lose their individualism. There's a lot of us that talk about the same thing, but let's just be honest. What would happen if we all came together? What would happen if we all said, you know what, let's talk about this, let's talk about that, let's talk about this, let's talk about that. And we all came together and said, let's put it all on a network. Let's form an own channel. But people don't want to do that, because the truth is we have been so individualized that we think that only our way is the right way. Instead of saying to ourselves that the right way is about it being right instead of me being right, we have to prove a point that I know what I'm talking about. He knows what he's talking about, or she knows what she's talking about. So we can go about our separate ways, but we're all talking about the same thing. We're all talking about how to come together, how to make this a better place or a better space for somebody, right? I don't have that problem. I've never had that problem. Going on 2 years, I can't believe it's almost 2 years next month. But going on 2 years ago, I said to myself, I don't hear nobody talking about what I'm talking about. And the truth of the matter is, it was people like Atmosphere. It was people like me and them that said, you know what? Maybe if you put it out there, some people may come and understand you. Some people may listen to you. You may be helping somebody. So when it comes to, you know, submitting to what the right thing is, we should be submitting to it. But there go that dangerous word again, submitting, right? The truth of the matter is, we submitted to so many other things. We might as well to submit to helping ourselves and helping other people. You know, shout out to the 9% when they say the better you, the better us. Because if you can help me become better, it helps you become better, because your feedback is going to be reciprocated to you. But the truth of the matter is, we don't want feedback from other people because they don't know what they're talking about. I want to do this on my own, and we're all floundering in the land of wilderness. In the wilderness is this thing called life, right? We seen these things that's happening to us. They keep telling you we can do these things. Excuse me, we can have free speech. We can have all of these things. The truth of the matter is, as soon as you have something that you want to say, there's somebody opposing what you're saying, and they'll try to get rid of you. We see today, you ain't watching news. Jimmy Kimmel has a conversation about what happened with Charlie Kirk. They canceled him. He's no longer on a late night show. All because you don't have that. The truth is, you can't speak. You can only speak of certain things, because there's no freedom in your speech anymore, because everything has to be controlled. But when you come together, it takes more for these people to combat. But as long as we separated, the truth is, they could pick us off one by one. How many of y'all are sick and tired of seeing the individuals that's trying to do the right thing being pushed to the side? How many of y'all are sick and tired of people wanting to say what they need to say or feel like they need to say, but they're worried about what other people think because other people are going to come after them? But then they celebrate people that say the wrong things and want to idolize and put them on pedestals and so on and so forth. Because the truth is, they don't want us to come together. They don't want us to unite. They rather for us to be divided than come together. I've been saying for the past 2 years that we need to come together. We need each other. We need a Shakira. We need a Chicky. We need a Word. We need a BDB. We need an Atmosphere. Even if it's just to show us how to cook in a better aspect. We need people like this because we're trying to prolong life, add to life, elevate the life that's around us. But instead of that, we are so busy because we're afraid to lose our individualism. And the fact is, you can be in a group and the group is more precious and valuable because you are individual. You do your thing, we're going to support you over here. We just come together. So how do we think we can reach everybody? You do the chefing part over there. I'll talk over here. They do philosophy over here. Shout out to Lisa J. She do the financial over there. We got Shakira over here doing the history. We got Chicky doing history that goes further back worldwide. Shakira does the American base or whatever it is, and adds some to it with her own poetry for today and future. We got writers that do, political aspects to community aspect and poetry. We all can come together and make this thing actually work if we just come together. But like I said, some people are afraid to come together because they want to be right. They are so afraid that they're going to fail because we still have that mindset of people coming to torch us down, like a Rosewood, like a Seneca Village, aka Central Park, Lake Lanier, and Tulsa, and all of these other things. Why? Because that's what they do. That's what people do when people want to come together for a common good. They shut things down. But I know we're much stronger. But we can't keep being afraid of the shadows of yesterday. We got to worry about the things of today. All we doing is talking. If they cancel us on YouTube, hey, we still got other avenues to have the conversation. We can still build something. Let's set the foundation that we can actually come together. Stop worrying about the false narrative that we can be destroyed. Because the truth of the matter is, if we stand together, it's harder to break the foundation. But there's so many people that don't want to do this thing for whatever reason. I don't know what their reason is. Right? It's very easy for somebody to say, you know what, this ain't working for me. I'm gonna fall back. It's been plenty of times that I thought, I'm not being received, but I never said I'm gonna give this thing up. Why? Because I feel like my purpose ain't complete. Because my purpose is to leave what I have on my heart on the table for whomever else is going to use it or need it or whatever. And if they don't use it, okay. If it comes to the point where I have to shut it down, I'm cool with it because I made the attempt. And I offered olive branches all over the place and said, we can do this together. I've been on panels that said, let's do this together. I've been in people's chat that said, we can make this happen together. It's not up to me. I'm one man. I understand that no man is an island. I know in this life, it takes people to come together to allow a foundation to be solidified. You can stand on your own, but how much stronger is it if somebody could pick your weakness up and you can help them with their weakness and tighten it up to where y'all both could be strong? There is no weakest link. But we don't worry about that because the truth of the matter is a lot of us is scared to fail. A lot of us is worried about, if this doesn't work, what does that mean for me? Just like in a relationship, people will stay in relationship because they feel if somebody leaves them for whatever reason, they feel like it failed. That's not what that means. You can grow from a mistake. You should learn from the mistakes that you make. We are not perfect beings. But the truth of the matter is, if we don't make the mistakes, we so afraid to make the mistakes, we ain't even going to try. Here we are at this present day, in this present time, where we can come together. Now they hear about these stories, and I believe it's in Mississippi where these kids got home. Where they at? They're not going to come together. They're going to act like they're going to mind their business. That's cool. But what about that family? How y'all going to come together for that family? What you going to say? I wish there was something we could do. Yeah, we got your back. Say what you need to say. Express yourself. We got your back. But the truth of the matter is they fear the right or the left or the upper hand that is above them. They feel like somebody's going to strike them down because you are willing to express the loss of a situation that you have in your life. Those families should be outraged. Those families should be on every national television. But of course, they're not going to be because they're not. The truth is, ain't nobody coming to help them. Ain't nobody going to allow them to have that platform and say what they need to say. This is why I continuously say, anybody that hears my voice, if you need somebody to talk to, I am here. I may not have the biggest outlet on the planet Earth, but the fact of the matter is, and the truth of the matter is, you have an outlet. Even if I'm the last person on the planet Earth, you have an outlet to speak to me and allow yourself to let go of whatever frustration, anger, happiness, joy, whatever it is, allow it to be released into yourself, or released from yourself, excuse me. So that way you can have a freedom to do whatever it is you have to do. Lisa, good evening. And these are the things that we have to understand. We have to sit, the truth of the matter is we sitting there fighting each other for dominance of a thing that we ain't gonna never have control of. But if we work together, we can all have a place in the world. We can all have a place in somebody's life, whether it's cooking, whether it's just having a conversation, whether it's finances, whatever it is, we can all make a stamp into somebody's life, because all our job is to help someone, whomever it is, however we can. But if we don't help nobody, what the hell are we here for? What are we doing this for? Why are we even pushing go live if we ain't trying to help nobody? This is not a selfish thing to be doing, even though we know that people is up here to be not even, they may make themselves look crazy, but at the same time, even they understand they're doing this to gain the views of other people. Even if the end result is for themselves, they may understand that they're helping somebody, even if it's just a bunch of foolishness. We putting on a show for somebody. Well, we're gonna work the opposite. We're gonna Blended, what's going on with you? We gonna sit here and say, you know what? We're gonna allow somebody to find the spiritual side of them. We're gonna allow somebody to learn some new words today so they can improve themselves, have a different vision of themselves. So that should never be a problem. So it's time for us to understand what the truth is, but we also have to understand the negative side of the truth. That truth is that there's people that's so afraid of that responsibility that they don't even want to take the step towards the light. They rather stay in the darkness, even though there's beautiful things that come out of the darkness. We have all come out of the darkness, and now we have became new light. But that's another story for another day. But because of the fact is, the people don't understand the truth of what I'm saying, they're probably gonna go over their head. I'm cool with that. But here's the deal. When this is being said, you can no longer say nobody has shown you that there's a different way, there's a different avenue, there's a different road to where you need to do to become a better version of yourself. If you don't want to be broke, my suggestion is hit up Lisa. If you want to have some healing on the spiritual aspect, thank you, Blended. You hit up Blended Healing. Why? Because that's what she talks about. Lisa talk about the finances. That's why I share a lot of these guys out, because what I don't know about, what I don't know about, the truth is, if I think it's going to help you to advance yourself, I'm going to share these people, because that's what they do best. And I know it's going to help you. This is why I share Lisa J out. This is why I share Blended out. This is why I share Word out. This is why I share Rachel out, Riders. I do. Miss Chicago, good evening. How are you? Nice to see you tonight. And this is why we have to continue to work and go forward, right? Just because the truth could set you free, the question is, do you have the strength to withstand the truth? Because the truth could bury you back into a hole that you bury yourself even further in the hole, like the ostrich. You stick his head in the hole. Why? Because it's afraid of something. Some of us is afraid of the truth. Instead of saying, you know what, I could overcome that victim mentality. I could overcome this anxiety. I could overcome this depression. I could overcome this alcohol problem, this drug problem, all of these negative things. We so afraid to attack the truth or embrace the truth that we keep burying ourselves even more, which is not going to help. It hinders us. It doesn't help us. Now it's time for you to look in that mirror. When you look in that mirror, what do you see? Do you see the truth that you need to elevate yourself? Or do you see the truth is, I don't want to do the work because I'm afraid I'm going to fail? Which one is holding you back? You got to do the work. I can't love you more than you love yourself. Do you know how hard it is to see somebody that you love that has all the potential in the world, but they're afraid to step out on that potential? What good does them? It don't do them nothing. And as a matter of fact, it don't do you no good, because the more you pour that love and encouragement and that passion onto them, they're going to push you away. It doesn't matter if it's a brother, a father, an uncle, an aunt, whomever, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, even some, dare I say, some children. This is how depressed the world is. You got to work hard to make sure your kid is on the right frame of mind, because the truth is we don't know what spirits is dwelling within these schools. We don't know what spirits is dwelling within these bus drivers, these bus stops, these all of these things that we are sending our kids out to. The truth of the matter is we don't even know what's going on in that kid home, because that kid's home may not have a sanctity or peace in their house in the first place. So the truth of the matter is we all need to work on ourselves. We all need to find out what do we need to do to empower ourselves and better ourselves, dare I say, uplift ourselves. We may have some answers, but the truth is we don't have all of the answers. This is why I constantly say, let's come to each other's conversation. Let's come to each other's table. Let's come to each other's platform. Let me hear what y'all talking about, because y'all could add to me and I could add to y'all, and we keep adding to ourselves. We could be 7 times dangerous. We can multiply into a dangerous situation, a dangerous bunch of people, because we're feeding ourselves, we're fueling ourselves for whatever's coming our way. We scared of a financial crash. I know that Lisa can find a way that's for us to maintain ourselves. I understand that we fighting a spiritual battle. I know Blended could get us on the duality side. This is why I'm saying about the duality of truth, because everybody's not prepared for the truth. Because if they were prepared for the truth, a bunch of us will be changing. I don't like the word change. A bunch of us will be improving for the better. Because if you keep changing, 9 times out of 10 is you're going to do the same thing again, because a lot of the times we're changing for the fucking worse. Excuse my language. But that's what I'm trying to. Commander, what up, man? And this is the thing that I'm trying to get everybody to understand. We all know the truth. The truth is we need to do something, right? We need to build ourselves up, because if we don't do it, who is going to do it for us? The fact of the matter is, the truth of the matter is, we don't have all the answers. This is what up, though. And this is the thing that I'm talking about. As long as we continue to come to the reality of truth, we either going to be afraid of it, or we going to embrace it. So I'm asking everybody, what do y'all want to do? Because I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to do the thing. Even like, I promise you, I appreciate every one of y'all that's here. But if that eyeball said 0, I still would talk the same way. Why? Because I feel like I feel that somebody needs to hear this conversation. So whether it's being received right now, if it is, it's a blessing. If it's being received later, it's a blessing. The fact of the matter is, it's out there for somebody to take and add it to themselves. That's all I can do. That's all I'm supposed to do. I'm just being honest with it, right? Because if nobody don't say nothing, can't nobody say, you know what, we ain't never heard it, because you're hearing it tonight. You're hearing it right now. This ain't even my time to shine. But I just wanted to put that out there, because you get tired of people saying that there's no one doing it. There's no one speaking about it. You can't say that anymore. The truth of the matter is, now that that's being said, how are y'all going to embrace what's being said? How are y'all going to embrace the help that's being provided for y'all? Shout out to my 33 brother. My 33 brother was doing all type of things to make it a better place for a whole bunch of people, single parents, just to have a platform to where if you had a teenage son, he was going to mentor you for absolutely nothing. Nobody spoke about it. We sitting there, we trying to push it, because we understand that a better you is a better us. We pushing it, and we hearing crickets. That's not his fault. That's not our fault. The fact of the matter is, nobody wanted to receive it. Why? Because the truth of the matter is, there was probably some parents that would have felt like they failed they child, because somebody else will be able to understand their child a little bit better. It's not a shot at anybody. The shot is we trying to improve the relationship between young men and their parents. That's what his goal was. That's something that we spoke about on a weekly basis. But nobody wanted to accept that. Nobody wanted to receive that. Why? I can't answer that. I can't. But at the end of the day, I know his heart was in the right place. I know it was in the right place because he's consistently in the right place. And I believe everybody here is at that same level. We have a saying, we also have a saying from our brother Stoic. The consistency, your consistency is the key. That's what we need to do. We have to continue to be consistent because the truth of the matter is there's somebody waiting for us to be inconsistent to call us a fraud. Y'all may not care about being called a fraud, but if your videos is something that you trying to leave a legacy for, y'all go ahead and find. If y'all feel like I'm a fraud, I have over whatever my numbers is. If I'm inconsistent, y'all go through the list and tell me if I'm inconsistent. I accept constructive criticism because construction means you're trying to build me up, and I'm okay with that. But the truth is, people ain't even built to have constructive criticism because they're gonna feel attacked. That's just the way a lot of us is built, right? And then we got people, all over the place. I want to do the right thing. God is working on me. How long is God going to work on you? When are you going to work on yourself? The truth of the matter is you're not even built to receive what God is trying to give you because you're outside of yourself when he's already dwelling within you. But that's another story for another day. But here's the deal, y'all. It's not up to us any longer. It's up to each and every one of us to look inside of ourselves. I always tell you guys, you a storehouse. You guys, God is deep. Good evening. You guys are a storehouse for a reason because everything that you need is already been given to you. Now it's up to you to say, you know what? If that's the truth, let me look inside of myself. If I can find that passion of peace that I can give to myself instead of trying to look outside of myself for others to give me peace, or that love of self that somebody can't give me because I gotta love myself first, or the expectations that I have for myself nobody could give to me. If we continue to look into ourselves for that situation, the truth of the matter is we are on the first stage of making the foundation solid. Then you can let it pour out of you, because if it pours out of you, that means you have enough of it to share it with somebody else. I believe a lot of us have it. I know a lot of us have it. Sometimes the inconsistencies of dibbling over here and dabbling over here, it makes us inconsistent. So it makes our water looks like it's not up to par. It makes like the flowing of it is unpure. That's just the truth. This is why I try to stay on a consistent level of speaking the way that I speak, even though sometimes the passion make things come out of me in a different format. But the consistency is the passion of it is going in the right direction. So when it's going in the right direction, I shouldn't feel no type of way. That's why I said if I was the only one up here and like nobody was here, I could still do this, right? Because it's something that's telling me to just put it out there, pour yourself out. Some people might say you're not getting nothing to come back to you, but I find a way to refuel myself. Otherwise, I'd be like the rest of these people that's been missing for the past 6 months, 8 months, a year, so on and so forth. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because when y'all started, y'all came in, y'all seen a couple of people. Now all of a sudden you're probably saying to yourself, "Where's sister such and such, or where brother so and so?" Because they're missing. Because life is lifing. They didn't have the energy to do this anymore. If they was doing this for whatever reason, they don't have the energy to do it no more. They don't have the strength, the gumption. But the truth of the matter is, if this is what you really wanted to do, you will still be doing it. And a lot of y'all here are still doing it. Don't sell yourself short. We still doing what we need to do. I don't care if I don't get another subscriber. I'm still doing what I need to do. Why? Because it's in my heart. The truth of the matter is, I know I'm doing the right thing. I don't care if I don't get to the 500 subscriber mode. I don't get paid. I don't get the whatever that is, the super chats or whatever. I don't care about none of that. My thing is it helping somebody? I don't care. It may sound crazy. It may sound crazy to other people. Well, he's bugging. Nah, all right, I'll be bugging then. The fact of the matter is, I'm just trying to show somebody that there's another side to life. I'm not a taker, I'm a giver. I can receive things, but I'd rather give it so that way it comes back to me in abundance. I don't need the abundance of the world. I need the abundance of peace in my heart to say that I'm doing the right thing. I need the abundance of satisfaction saying, you know what, you did your best. So wherever this lands, if it doesn't help somebody, you did your best. If it does, you still did your best. And if it comes back to you, that makes you a better person because somebody received you and it made them a better person. Once again, shout out to the 9% because a better you is a better us. That's the logic. If I can help you become better, you can pour into me and I'll become better. That's just the way that life should be. But because we live in the microwave society and things like that, we need a fix now and so on and so forth. We don't get to see the finished product. We plant the seed and think the seed is going to grow overnight. It's a process that must occur. But because we don't have the patience, the truth is because there is no patience, we're not going to see a lot of the finished product. So, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm off a little bit. I don't know. But the truth is, we have to figure out a way to come together as best as possible. I don't care if it's just, how can I help you? How can I help you? If I hear something that God is decent, I'm say, God is, listen, I want to expand on your thing. She says, sure, go right ahead. Blended healing, same thing. Yeah, I just want to expound on something. All right, go right ahead. My 33 brother, we had this conversation all the time. Yo, what if we do? All right, let's put it out there. Let's see if it works. If it works, it works. But we ain't gonna sit here and say we should do it and don't do it. We're gonna do it. And that's why I continuously come up here because I feel like the truth can set everybody free. But the solution of the truth is that we have to make sure that people are strong enough to elevate themselves out of the bondage because that truth may set them back so far back that they ain't ready to hear the truth. As Jack Nicholson, you can't handle the truth. They can't handle the truth because there's some gruesome things about the truth that a lot of people ain't built for. And because they ain't built for it, they'll go backwards. They'll people that you tell them, yo, you ain't doing the right thing, they won't talk to you no more. They'll block you. They won't be your friend. Why? Because they want yes people around them. I'm a yes person. Yes, we need to get this shit together. If you right, you right. If you wrong, you wrong. Yeah, you wrong. I don't have a problem saying that. I disagree. There's nothing wrong with agreeing to disagree as long as you hear their points and understand what it. Okay, well, let's look at it from this perspective. But as long as the truth is, if you're listening to understand somebody, you can really gravitate to their understanding. Even if you don't agree to it, you can gravitate to their understand what they're trying to say. I get what you're saying, but let's try from this perspective, right? If I was to really just continuously sacrifice my time and my efforts to everybody, I wouldn't look at it as an investment. Because sacrifice, as my 33 brother told me, if you really look at what a sacrifice is, you're losing instead of gaining. Because that's what I'm giving myself up to for what? To lose? No, you invested in something to gain a better aspect, a better position, a better proposal for yourself. These are the things that we need to do. But if we stand it on truth, we have to understand we can't do this by ourselves. This is why people get plucked off one by one by one by one. The idea is united we stand, divided we fall. The truth of the matter is, if we're all on the same goal, we should be uniting. But if you want to be right, this is why they keep picking us down, because you want to be right. He want to be right. She want to be right, instead of the idea, the logic, the goal being right. That's just the truth. And that's why I said, a lot of the time, the biggest lies in the world is being told to us, and we don't even understand it. The truth will set you free. If you ain't strong enough, it will hold you in captivity forever. That's just what it is. People run around talking about, I just want to be loved. Do you know what love is? Are you able to accept the love? I want somebody to submit to me. Are you going to submit to that person first? Y'all keep saying 50-50. You got to do 100% for the thing to be received in the first place. That's the truth. I'm not here to compete with nobody. I'm here to say what I need to say. And if it resonates, if it registers to your heart, your mind, and your soul, then that's where it goes. If it doesn't, then I tried. And I can live with myself. Because the truth of the matter is, people always say, pray for this one, pray for that one. And there's people preying on you, P-R-E-Y on you. That's the truth. Because they don't want you to be a better version of yourself. They would rather prey on you to help keep you down. Hey man, you heard what such and such said, man? They was bugging. They did this, they did that. What's your solution to it? If they bugging, stay away from them. The truth is, you don't have to go to the other side to find peace. Peace is always going to find you. Love can find you the same way if you're ready to receive it. Compassion and all of these other things that we're talking about, the truth is, it's ready, it's already within you. You got to make sure you activate that gift, because that's what it is. It's a gift. Or as Tay would say, gift. Shout out to Tays. But that's what it is. It's a gift. Those are the gifts that I'm looking for. Those are the gifts that I want to give to other people. Why? Because we are in need of this in every step and every facet of life that's today. We need that. We see so many things that's occurring right now. The rush to judgment, the put somebody on a pedestal, the highest of expectations. Those are the things that we do it, but then we get upset because they're not able to receive it. Because the truth of the matter is, sometimes we see people better than they see themselves. The solution is to help them to get to where to have them start their race. If you see yourself as a better person, you have to say, well, how can I make that person see that they can become better? You become the solution instead of the problem. The truth is, don't nobody want to figure themselves out till they stay with the daggone problems in the first place. So these are the things that we fight. These are the things that those are the battles within that we have. Whether you want to call it a jihad, the good angel versus the bad angel, the yin and the yang, whatever it is. The truth is, that's the battle within us. Because people don't even understand that if a year is 1,000 years is a day to God, that enemy is being released within our lives, because that's the battle within. You fighting good versus bad. You fighting the balance. You fighting the duality of your life. That's the truth. So when you come to that conclusion that you have to fight, you have to be prepared. What's the expression that everybody say? We don't have to get ready if you stay ready. But if you don't know what the hell you're getting ready for, how are you going to stay ready? That's the truth of the matter. So, we, like I said, we as a group, we have to come together and see how we can help one another. If we can help one another, that's a beautiful thing. If we can come together, that's even better. But let's come together with the understanding of, we know exactly what we need to do. What we bring in, what are you? That's the question that everybody asks, right? What are you bringing to the table in a relationship aspect? That's what they ask. And I'm saying to myself, what are we bringing to the table? What I'm bringing this idea, the idea we can come together. How do I propose what's my solution? I can add to it by doing what I'm doing now. Word might turn around and say, I'm going to do what I can do on this aspect. Lisa gonna say she can do it from the financial aspect. Blended could say she's doing it from the spiritual aspect. Goddess D says she can do it from the boats of relationship aspect of life. If we all put that together, we can make ourselves better, and we are much harder to defeat because we are improving ourselves than staying stagnated and being in the place that we are at this present time. If that's not the truth, I don't know what is. So, like I said, but it's not up to me though. I could just put this on the table. I'm putting this out there so people can say, you know what, if this is what you want to do, let's do it. If not, I tried. What up though?
What up, though? Oh man, bro. For some reason, I looked at it and I thought it was 4 in the morning, and then I looked at it again. I'm like, hold on, bro. The date today is the 17th, and I looked, said PM. I'm like, oh, bro, wrong. So I missed the first half of it. I apologize for that, bro.
No, I don't even worry about that because I was just saying to myself, man, let me get this out here. Because then, like, we have this conversation, right? Like, even in this thing, right? Y'all telling me, y'all encourage me to go on. Don't worry about who's doing what, when, where, and how. It's not even about me worrying about what I'm doing. I'm not trying to take away from nobody, but y'all encourage me to do this whenever I feel like doing it. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna just go up here and do it. Because at the end of the day, if I don't do it, I'm gonna mess around and let it go, and then I don't remember. But sometimes when you get that inspiration to do something, you got to go with the flow. Because if it's taken away from you, who knows when it's gonna come back? So I mean, I'm good. I ain't listen. You support more than so you ain't never got to apologize for that.
That's just me, bro. That's just me.
You
That's
know what I
me
mean?
living in my gratitude, man. That's just
I
me.
appreciate it. I'm just saying, like I just don't understand why people have a hard time understanding the duality of certain words and things like that. Because the religious people, those people that just follow religion, they're just gonna take the truth as what it is, but not preparing the people for that said truth is going to harm them more than it helps them. This is why I'm telling you, religion separates from spirituality. And that's another conversation for another day. But at the same time, we have to be able to embrace the truth to understand if we're ready to withstand it or not. So, I rather, like I said, I'd rather have that conversation out in the open and now before nobody can say I never looked at truth like that. I never heard it from that perspective. Now you have a different perspective of what the truth can really be in somebody's life. That's how I feel.
Man, uh, when you look at the definition of truth, truth is supposed to be based upon fact. But you
Mm-hmm.
have definitions and then you have meaning. The meaning is not the same as the definition. The meaning is what a person's personal experience is. So when you look at the meaning of truth, a lot of times the truth is just what people accept, bro. It ain't even gotta be fact. It's something that people accept. And usually people accept things that make them feel good, bro. That's what people want to feel good. So the shit they hear and if it make them feel good, oh, that's the truth. It can be some abstract shit, bro. And it just make them feel good. So that's their truth. That's why you hear people always say, "Oh, that's my truth." That's what I accept. That's what I believe. That's what you know. So I mean, the truth could be subjective. It's supposed to be
Right.
objective by definition, but it really be subjective, man. So like with these words, man, and the way people apply them, that's why I be sitting back and I don't be arguing with people trying to sound all smart and shit. Man, the truth is, if a person is dumb, it don't affect me. That's just the truth. It don't affect me, bro. So I mean, like with people like they was coming, oh, we want to debate, like, bro, we can't even like. The truth is, right? Can't everybody debate me. We not peers, bro. I come from the school of Dr. John Henry Clark, bro. I debate my peers, man. We can have a discussion. If we see we on the same level, then we can debate. But if you just go sit here and try to insult me like the dude talking about, you don't even know what per capita is. You think it's finances. No, bro. It's part of the statistics. That's why I was telling you when I got into real estate, that's where I really understood the concept. If you take the time to comprehend and not just understand, you see what I'm saying? you most people hear something that trigger 'em. And like I said, they want to feel good. So he heard me say real estate. Oh, he associated me with real estate. No, bro, you're not listening, you know? So I mean, but that like you were saying earlier, bro. I think like all of us have something to offer, man. And I did my best, bro, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of getting burnt out with it. I'm trying to bring people together, trying to unite, because most people, I ain't the type. I don't need followers, bro. I can't be around a bunch of motherfuckers following me, bro, looking for me for every fucking answer. Like I got a whole family at the crib, bro. I got shit to do too, but I like to be around amongst other leaders where at any time anybody can play the point guard. You know what I'm saying? If I need to lead, then okay, I do that. But then it's times Commander lead, bro. She take over the whole show. But do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Times you lead. You know, I like being amongst leaders. Like that's how you get shit done. Because the problem cannot be attacked from one angle, bro. You got to hit that bitch from multiple angles. And the shit we going through and the shit we about to go through with all this crazy shit happening, bro. I mean, I look at it. I'm starting to look at like just me trying to help people has become a liability to me and mine. You know, because it's like you try to help, you try to, but people don't want that shit, bro. So it's like shit. I know I can swim, but when you start sinking, don't call me, bro. I'm already on shore. I'm good.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like if you
When
trying
I
to save
say
somebody,
that's
yeah, your buddy's here, but
mm,
when you trying to save somebody, you got to be composed because if you panicking, you sinking me because you panicking. I need you to be cool, calm, and collective. If we work together, my job is to calm you down so we can both get to the land instead of drowning in this water. The current pulling us further away. We got to work. We got to work together to work against the current. Stop helping the current to pull us down. But people don't want to understand that because you got people that just want to be right in their own aspect. It's not about being right. It's about it being right. I don't need to be right. If the point is, if the goal is the same, we should be working together. Period. And that's just the way it is. That's just the truth for me. That's my truth. It may not be a fact for everybody else. That's my truth. There's a truth, the truth, and your truth. If we all came together and came to a solid conclusion, it would be the truth. We could turn that truth into a fact. But until then, we just putting pieces together. We're trying to put the puzzle together. But as long as you keep bending the pieces, we got to look at it differently because we still divided. If you work together, we can finish the puzzle and then go to the next puzzle that's ahead of us. But we got people wanting to divide instead of come together. And the truth is, that's why confusion is winning because we got so many people wanting their way to be the right way. If we all were right, there would be no wrongs on the planet. We would all be robots. We would all be under one mind. The blessings of having different ideas is to come to a conclusion together, and that's what we need to do. We need to continue to work together to come to a solid conclusion to where we can go to the next realm, the next stage in life, instead of sitting here worrying about what this one doing, what that one doing. We can't save everybody, but those that want to be saved, they're welcome to come.
this is why they say don't feed stray cats, bro. That's my bad, y'all, from yesterday, man.
What
Paying people
happened?
attention and shit, motherfuckers coming back and shit. Hey, you should stay his ass, bro. I ain't got time for you tonight, bro. We ain't on that shit. I was in the giving mode yesterday, so I paid attention to things that I don't normally pay attention to. But tonight I ain't in the mood, bro. So I
I
mean,
ain't
you
even,
can entertain that, you know.
I
But
I promise you, I ain't even worried about that. Because if you stay, if people stay a little longer, it might rub them the right way. If that,
no, that
I'm cool
motherfucker
with
ain't
that.
it. That shit
Nah,
demonic, bro. No, it's some look, bro. Demons don't turn to angels, bro. That's just not what happens, bro. That shit don't happen, bro.
he's
Soulless
not
people
he's not
don't.
gonna get what. Listen, I put it like this: he ain't gonna get what he wants, so it ain't gonna matter to me. You know one thing about me, you know I don't give into that. I'll shut this down ASAP. He think he winning, but the message is already given, so I don't care. That's just me being truthful. You see, it's quiet as kept. Yeah, it's not going to be here too long. Why? Because you can't find something. There's no complaining. We're trying to come to a solution to come together. You can have that all the way over there. You don't know nothing. So if you're going to stay here, you may gain. If you gain something, you gain it. If you don't, oh well. I don't have time for it. We are here to come to a understanding that there's two sides of the truth. There's the good side of the truth that can set you free. And if my truth keeps them in bondage, I have no control over that. It's you that told me like you can't keep worrying about these people's feelings. You have to say what you
Yeah,
have to
man.
say. And that's what it is. I'm gonna say what I need to say. I can't listen. My intent is not to hurt your feelings. This is what you said. My intent is not to hurt nobody's feelings. I have to say it so that way it gets out there. It's not intended for somebody to get hurt. Sometimes you get hit with a stray bullet. No disrespect, because you're in the way. It's not for you to receive it in that aspect. I can't worry about that anymore. That's the time when you don't worry about somebody's feeling because it wasn't intended for you in the first place. So if people want to be here and it's not intended for them and their feelings get hurt, it sucks to be them. If you understand who you are as an individual and you know you sitting there trying to help somebody get to a destination, you ain't worried about if somebody get off the train at the wrong stop or the bus at the wrong stop. That's on them. That's not on you. I'm almost ready to say sometimes, man, fuck your feelings. But at
Mm.
the end of the day, it's not about. It's on the table. Wherever you take this information, it's on you. It's not on me no more. I did my part. I gave an idea. I gave a suggestion. It's up to other individuals to sit there and say if that's what they want to take, you take it. If you don't want to take it, you don't take it. If you think it's going to help somebody, you allow it to help somebody. If you don't, you leave it there. That's all we can do. The idea, the
You,
suggestions is being made. That's all we can do.
you know what, bro? I spent a lot of time worrying about other people's feelings, and in that process, I realized I was neglecting my own worrying about other people. So I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to find that balance, right? So where I found balance with was like defining my intent. Like, why am I saying this? Am I saying this to hurt? Because sometimes, like, man, we do shit and we don't realize, like, okay, maybe I did say that shit because I felt some type of way and I wanted to get that out and get that back out. I wanted the people who made me feel this way feel that way, feel the same way. And I use my words to do so. We might do that shit at sometimes. Like we having a conversation about race and I feel triggered about something because they're alluding to my personal experience, and then I turn around and say something that I know that would allude to their personal experience. You know what I'm saying? That's what my intent to get back. You know what I'm saying? So I had to check myself because like facts are facts, bro. Facts don't change, but your feelings change. Your
Right.
feelings can change. So if somebody says something factual about me and it's true, bro, even if it don't feel good, bro, it's a fact, man. So the only thing I can do is change my feelings about how I feel about that fact. You know, if I'm a fucked up ass individual and I need to work on myself and somebody say some shit like that, then I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that.
I
You
agree with
know,
that heartily.
so I mean that's how because like you said, your intent don't trump how people feel, but how people feel don't trump how what my intent is neither. Because like if I intend
Right.
not to hurt somebody and they still feel hurt, maybe they got emotional imbalance. Maybe they can't regulate their emotions. Maybe they got some healing to do. It ain't my fault. You know, shit. If anything, maybe I'm helping you now. I'm making you aware, like, hey, this is what you need to work on, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. That truth of a word or two is either going to help you elevate yourself or you're still going to be in sinking sand. That's just the reality of having conversations like this. You got to understand if you're able to withstand a constructive criticism or you feel like you being attacked. I have no control over that. All I'm doing is saying what is flowing from my mind and my heart and my soul. If that's triggering you or you need to feel validated, that's something that you had to work on. I don't got to work on that. I'm just speaking in general. But you want to individualize the thing. I can't help you if you want to individualize everything. I'm not just talking to one person. I'm talking to a bunch of people. That's the difference. So when you have people in that mode, there's nothing you can do.
And what sis said in the chat, that shit is 100% fact. I don't know if you highlight that for me. I want to go a little in on that. She said folks be in competition, so they can't lead in certain situations. That's true. Because like when you're a leader or something, you competing against somebody else, bro, you become a liability to the people you lead, man. You doing some shit off of ego, just trying to be better than this other person when you supposed to be better in the group. You know what I'm saying? And that a lot of times, bro, I be seeing these people. I be like, damn, they got a good movement, and then I watch them for a minute. I be like, hell no, bro. I ain't about to follow nobody lead me into hell. I don't like following people in general. But if we going somewhere and we getting shit done, I don't mind following. I can play a role. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't just about to let somebody lead me into a fucking wall, bro. I'm good. I did that when I was young. So like all these political parties, that's why I say, man, I ain't outside of what my mother and father made me. I ain't shit but a nine. I ain't claiming nothing else, man. I'm good. I'm a nine, and that's some shit I made with other people. We made that shit, so we have an understanding of what that is.
Absolutely. Kaylani, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through this night morning. But that's why I'm trying to tell everybody, once you in competition with somebody, that's why I don't debate. Because if we're debating, you're trying to make yourself right. There's no your only solution is to win. I want everybody to win. So I'd rather have a conversation than debate. It's not because I'm afraid of debating. It's the simple fact I don't see the point of debating because you're trying to prove yourself to be right. And when that happens, you don't gain nowhere. You sitting where you sitting because you trying to be right instead of making the objective of being right, the objective rather. And that's the difference between conversating and debating. That's the difference in my logic. I might be off. I'm just saying that's why I don't do it. That's like if me and you was competing. I'm not competing with you. We have an understanding. If a better you is a better us, it's up to us to show the example. If you feeding me and I'm feeding you and we're becoming better, becoming we're becoming better because we're working with each other instead of against each other. You're not trying to be right. I'm not trying to be right. It is going to be right. And when it is right, everything around you is going to be right. That's the difference.
Yeah, man, and that like I don't like a genuine debate. Like if it's done right, not this shit on the internet. This shit ain't. I mean, debate is supposed to be about information. On the internet, man, people just be attacking one another, like trying to what they like in a debate, right? You got different tactics, but the one tactic you don't use is try to disqualify someone's intelligence because that's why y'all in this debate. I'm talking about like a formal debate, like you in school or something. You're known for this shit, so it's already an assumption we have adequate information or we have an adequate intellectual level where we can have a discussion or a debate. But on the internet, they just try instead of attacking your points or the information you present, they just try to attack you. So if I can make you seem not smart, then anything you say, everything you say is now irrelevant. That's their
Mm-hmm.
whole attack. And that, I'm like, bro, this shit. So the whole time, instead of attacking the information where people can actually benefit from, you know, if we get the right information versus the wrong, we just going at one another. And I'm straight on that. People hollering and yelling. Like when dudes get to yelling, bro. I mean, we're blended at. What up, sis? They be residing they I mean, they feminine energy, bro. We ain't gotta do all that to communicate. If I'm yelling, bro. When you start yelling, it does something on a biological level, right? You start releasing endorphins and shit, serotonin and shit, because you getting emotional, bro. Any way you want to say it, you're excited. That's an emotion. Excitement is an expression of an emotion. So
Mm-hmm.
even if you want to say I'm excited, you're still emotional, bro. So once you do that, then one or two things gonna happen. Either I'm gonna match your shit. Now we both excited and emotional and just yeah. I want to be heard too. Or I just pipe down and then now it feels like one person is dominating versus the other one. I was watching this interview of Pierce Morgan and Dr. Cornel West was on there. What's that dude name?
Andrew
Uh,
Wilson, I seen it.
yeah. And then I'm listening to how people break it down. He's like, oh, Cornel West ran. Nah, bro. He valued his time and he told y'all this is some bullshit, bro. I'd rather go do something else than sit here and bullshit with y'all. I'm gone. That's a person who values their time. That's a confident person who can just walk away from something when he don't like it or he don't feel like it's no benefit. I do that shit, bro. Like I'm
I,
straight, bro.
I know I do it all the time. That's what I do it all. Listen, listen. I'm dropped down. Gary sleeps. That means he ain't listen. He going to sleep because it's not going to benefit nobody. I'm not here to. I'm not here to cause confusion. I'm here to make things as mellow as possible to get the information out. That's what I want to do. I choose to do that, and that's what I do. Right? If it doesn't work for everybody, that's fine. If you're gonna use what I gave you, that's fine. I don't care. Just leave the individual out of it. Just use the information or use the truth or use what you think is right for you. Use it and leave everything else on the side. But you got people that want to be right so bad, they just get in the way, and it's like it's you just interfering with the Wi-Fi, you interfering with the
Mhm.
energy that you're trying to conduct, and that's the problem. You got so many. That's why I say confusion is winning, because if you blocking the information, somebody might need that information to embed in themselves. Something like we might be saying right now could help somebody out of a depressive state. Something we saying right now could remove anxiety for them, for that individual. But if we sit here going back and forth, nah, you ain't going to try. It's not. It's counterproductive. You're not constructed. You're destroying. That's not what we do. This is why I rock with certain people. You don't see me in chaotic scenes, right? I can't do the wishy washy, right? I want to be here, but you know, I'm working on myself because how much longer can you work on yourself? If you don't know what the problem is, how could you work on yourself? You should know the what's keeping you sick to get to the root of the problem. Why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why do you keep going to this argumentative state? You want to argue. So how do you avoid an argument? You stay away from argumentative people. But because people don't know how to do that, the truth is some people's peace is chaos. That's just the truth.
Yeah, you really about to coach too. Man, that's why I say like emotional addiction is a real thing, bro. I don't know. I keep saying I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna get some time. It's just a lot to go into, and I want, when you present information like that, I want to be responsible. How you go all the way to the back when I come to the front? Come on now.
Nola, you acting up again, huh? But that's what I'm
Can't act
saying.
right.
A logical thinker is people that just want to release the wrong. They're releasing the wrong things to the wrong people. If you're doing the information right, you should be releasing that thing to the right people to help them for their benefit, not their detriment. But people don't even want to think about it. That like it's a lot of people that's on here that's just selfish. They doing things for themselves. When you have selfless people, they want to manipulate them and abuse the kindness as a weakness, and then that's when everybody just disappear and like, yo, where's such and such? They was doing what they needed to do. What happened? You don't know. They burnt out because people been manipulating them. They may not be feeling like they're being received, and so on and so forth. This thing takes strength. Having these conversations takes strength. I'm just glad that people are willing to stand on the strength of knowing that this may help them and it benefits them and they stay around. Excuse me. So I appreciate everybody that stays around. I do it for y'all, not just for myself. Because if y'all still here, y'all making me feel like I'm doing the right thing. And this is what I'm saying. That's where the better you is, the better us. Because as long as y'all keep coming around, I feel like I know I'm doing the right thing. Y'all confirming I'm doing the right thing. I don't need the validation. I don't need to feel right because I know I'm doing right. So that's just the truth of the matter. So that's why I appreciate everybody that comes through. And even if you don't come through, it's still there for you. If you leave a comment, I still know I'm doing the right thing. That's just me, though. I don't know if I'm different like that. I'm just different.
I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Pull up to the scene with the one.
I see you about to go live. What we talking about on your panel?
The reality of hate, bro.
Dang, we going to the opposite side. We went from truth to hate. This is
What is
not
love?
This was not orchestrated, y'all. This was not orchestrated. But that's the beauty. This is what I'm trying to show y'all. When you are on the same page, you can have a conversation and link it to the next conversation. That's the beauty of wanting to do the right thing. Because even if you don't talk, you on the same page, you can link any way, shape, form, or passion. And I know a lot of us we can do it. And this is why I'm like I said, people think I'm crazy because I'm not giving up. You should because that's y'all. Y'all don't have the strength. Y'all could call me slow for continuing to want to do this, but I feel like I'm still strong enough to do this. So I'm gonna do it. I still have the strength. Now, if I get worn out, I know a couple people, just you take a break, do this, that, and the third. We got you. And that's what I would do for them. So that's the difference between wanting the right things to be done and people not caring. That's the difference.
Oh
These
man.
conversations are needed. I'm tired of ignorant reaction channels. That, but that's what I'm saying. I agree with that logical thinker, and this is why I'm saying. I say this all the time. We make the minorities the majority, right? So we got all of these different sectors, and they got
Mm.
the beef sector, this, that, and the third. Y'all made that a majority. Why we can't make these conversations a majority? Because people don't want to hear this conversation, so it's always going to be a minority. It doesn't matter to a lot of people. It's up to us to keep pushing the issue, because if the truth can set us free, like they say, we understand that these conversations could elevate us to a different aspect. But like I said earlier, also the fact that people don't want to accept the truth, they want to stay in the nonsense. They're gonna stay where they are. That's why you got to have the strength to do this, the encouragement to say, you know what, if nobody's here, I'm still going to do this. But I agree with your comment wholeheartedly.
And you know what? To be honest, bro, I felt like this for a minute. I was like, projecting black excellence ain't profitable, but projecting black ignorance is. And that's what I was saying at first. But then I realized like I'm just in the wrong fucking market. So it's just repositioning myself, bro. Because people, that shit terrifying, bro. That shit scares shit out of people. I'm
That's
fine
what
with it. 'Cause like my intent ain't to hurt nobody. It's just to be great, bro. Just to be great.
that's what I'm saying. The fact that people are afraid to improve because the judgments of other people. I don't be caring about that. That's like a person that I cared about that was on this thing. They said one time, I 755, what's going on? They said to me, if I'm going to do this, I might as well stay on the other side because I'm taking the brunt of these negative comments. Instead of me being positive, I might as well stay on the negative side. That hurt me, but I understood what the person was saying. And at the same time, I'm like, hey, you need that positive energy. I'm still here. I'm not going to, I'm a, what you say, I would love from a distance. I'm
Hmm.
not going to disassociate with you. I'm just telling you, when you go live, I'm not there for that nonsense. I'm here for everything else, but I'm not here for the conversations that you're going to have. But you understand my energy and I understand yours. We can leave it right where it's at. And that's the beautiful thing. What up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you talking about hello. What up, though? 755 said hello.
755. What up?
What I mean, what up? But that's just the thing that we, like I said, I'm not selling us short. I think us as individuals are selling ourselves short because they don't. A lot of us don't want to do the work. But I ain't one of those people that's gonna sell. I know what I can do. I know what I will do. I ain't canning nothing. I will do it. If you don't want to do it, then I have to fall back. So that's just the thing that I need to continue to work on because I understand even more now. Everybody's not ready to have this conversation. So, just fall back a
Yeah.
little bit. Hey man, who up this
Yeah.
late?
Uh-huh.
Up, baby girl up. Baby girl
I
up,
don't
y'all.
know. I don't know. It might not go down, bro. So I just snuck in the
Mm-hmm.
room and grabbed something. She like, Daddy, look. Like, like, oh, shit. You wide awake now. Man, I heard
Yeah,
about
she up.
1 2 step. So
So my 33 brother don't come on tonight. We know why. But I mean, if you gotta try to put her to sleep, you gotta do what you need to do. I mean, we done said what we need to say. You got any last words before you get off here? Then have your last words. I'm good.
oh no, I'm about to go pop off for a minute, bro. I'm about to go over here and talk about the reality of hate for a minute as long as I can and then make it do what it do.
All right. Well,
But no,
you got three
uh,
minutes because you're supposed to go live in 3 minutes. I'm just saying.
yeah, I said it late. I said it
Okay.
late.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't see you go live. I'm like, all right, I didn't see you live. I'm like, I'm going live then. I'm cool with it. I ain't, you know what I mean? I ain't blocking nobody, so I'm straight.
I ain't
So
even gonna lie, bro.
I
I
went
passed
live.
the fuck out with the kid. I went to sleep at like 8:30, bro. I just woke up. My wife came home. Like, oh shit.
Mm, that's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta appreciate the times that we get with certain individuals. People got lives off of here, right? You're a family man, you got a wife and kids, and sometimes we just devalue your time and effort by just being disrespectful or non-appreciative. Ain't nobody's trying to go through all of that, man. The truth is, man, people don't have to do this. People don't have to show up for other individuals. People don't have to, show up to give their services for free and things like that. I truly appreciate the efforts that you do. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, can't nobody in their life say there's nobody that's not doing it because they be lying because we know how much we promote things as far as, doing things for free, this, that, and the other. And nobody's showing up. So they can run that to somebody else. Don't run it around me because I'm gonna shoot you down because we got receipts. That's what we do. We hold on to receipts because that's all we got.
I heard me in my butt. Atmosphere, my guy. 755. What it do with the businesses? This,
All
that,
right,
yeah.
y'all. So
Appreciate it, man. So,
shout out to
I'm
my
gonna do my thing.
33 brother. I
Oh,
don't well, hopefully he goes
oh
live,
yeah,
have the other conversation. Nah, well, we hitting
bro.
each
They
other, but it's the
almost
same.
got taken out. They got blocks all over the floor, and I ain't seen them, bro. I almost lost my. Y'all almost heard
Yeah.
187 on here, bro.
Oh man, now look, I don't want you to have to push the button. With Lil
But
D at, he
that's what
sleep, he
I'm
can't
gonna
push
have
the
to do,
button.
bro. Everybody sleep. My wife
Yeah.
tired, I thought, yeah.
Baby girl up. Nola
I'm
gonna push
going
the
to get.
button anyway with a claw.
Mm. Oh, what is going on? Oh, yeah, this phone. I updated my iPhone now. It's tripping. I
Mm.
ain't updated in like 6 updates. I don't know what the hell going on with this phone. All this new shit, but some alien technology.
Yeah, it's this AI stuff. You gotta be careful of that too. Truth is, they want to know what you're doing. Logical thinker said, "Let's go." Reality of hate. Let's go.
Who said
Being
that?
logical thinker. She
Yeah, I'm
ready.
about to go over there. Yeah, because
So,
I mean, it's yeah, we're gonna hit it from a couple different angles.
all right, as he set up over there, y'all. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody, coming through, having a conversation, adding your input. But this is just the reality of a thing. Um, if we could continue to do things like this, man, we could eliminate some of that chaotic scenes and the nonsense that's all around us. We can stay in our little bubble, as they would say. We can make this circle into a dot until we are ready to expand it back into the big circle. But it's about all of us coming together, working together. Like I said, 7 5. For those of you that don't know 755, she's the artist. She takes the time on Saturdays to give your children some things, some things to do on a Saturday morning to paint and things like that. This is what I'm saying. We finding people in different spaces to where there's a positive surrounding for everyone. If you want to do something with your kids, as far as painting and drawings and stuff like that, you go to 755. This is what I mean by better you, the better us. If we could keep working this avenue, this aspect, this logical aspect, we can all become better. So like I said, as he's setting up, I appreciate everybody coming through. Give him a couple more minutes. Um, I'll see y'all over there. The word is coming up next. So shout out to the 9. Until next time, I'm out.